Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Criterion Connection. I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And we're back, and we're here to talk about a new release on the Criterion Collection. Not a new release. Well, I guess it's kind of a new release. It's been in the past few years. 2023, Martin Scorsese, old Marty, released a film called Killers of the Flower Moon.
Based on the book.
Based on the book. Starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Lily Gladstone, Robert De Niro. It is a Martin Scorsese film, so it's about 5 hours long. Which I'm so sorry. Just a little backstory here. We were kind of discussing movies, and there's a couple that we were going to watch because we've been off the air for a couple weeks. And Killers of the Flower Moon was an option, and the other movie we were going to do was not available to stream. And I said, well, okay, out of the two movies we're going to watch, just watch this one first.
That's all I could watch.
This is a new release, because the other one was not streaming. No, that's all you could watch. No, the other one was streaming. You could not watch it because I didn't tell him it was three and a half hours long.
Yeah.
Which I thought, it's Martin Scorsese now. You should know it's going to be a long one.
Yeah, I just didn't know how long.
Yeah.
So it ate up quite a lot of time of mine to get through it. I had to do it in one session because I didn't plan accordingly, I guess.
Yeah, but you watch Lord of the Rings. This is nothing. Anyway, it's about a indigenous tribe, the Osage?
The Osage.
The Osage, sorry. The Osage tribe, and they strike oil. And they become rich. And, this also brings them into the a different level of
wealth. Yes.
And so, there is Ernest, played by Leo, who's out World War I, and he sees his uncle, played by Robert De Niro, Bobby, and they have a little plan.
Well, yes.
Not plans.
Yes and no. It's a complicated situation. Robert De Niro has plans.
Yes.
King Hale has plans.
Not good ones. And
he's kind of an old-fashioned schemer. He's got plans on plans on plans, and he's constantly maneuvering people to be pawns for him. Leo's character, Ernest, I guess, also trying to play into the name is that he is Ernest. A little more earnest than King Hale. I think he's only somewhat aware, and it's kind of the way a lot of these criminal and con man structures work. There's somebody pulling the strings, and they only tell you what you need to know, and implicate you in certain ways without fully giving you the grasp of the whole plan. But basically, King Hale, he's a rich man, not oil rich, but he is rich.
Yeah.
And he's been a friend to the Osage people, but obviously figures out ways to not just help them, but gain out of it. And with Ernest coming back from the war, he sees an opportunity to kind of put the idea in his head. It's basically old century Inception for Leonardo DiCaprio's character. He basically tells him hey, there's this woman, she's starting to get money from these oil allotments, and her mother's not doing well, and he knows about all this, and he's she's probably looking for a husband.
Insert Lily Gladstone as Molly.
Yeah.
And she's just as earnest, but I feel like she's the smartest person in the movie. It seems
she's smart.
In perception,
but also
her heart.
Yeah, she
gets in the way sometimes.
She wants to believe him, and I think at the end of the day, Ernest wanted to be honest, as much as he could.
He was torn between being a pawn for his uncle and also being like a good husband and father and stuff, stuff like that.
So this is one of my sticking points for the film besides the runtime. I feel like this is one of those cases of we're following Leonardo DiCaprio's character in this film. The main character of this film is Molly.
Yes.
But we don't follow her.
It's usually through the eyes of Ernest.
We're following Ernest. He's the protagonist. And Molly is kind of a supporting character. And that's what bothers me. One of the things that bother me about this film, it's her story. And I think had the focus been more upon her, I'd feel a little more kind of connected to the story.
Yeah.
I feel like since we're following Ernest, it paints him in a much more sympathetic light than he ultimately deserves. And I think if we had followed it from her eyes, that mystery would have been more interesting.
Yeah. It'd be more like, what is this play?
And I do understand and kind of respect following Ernest as a protagonist insofar as he's constantly juggling duty to his uncle and his actual feelings and kind of always wrestling with them. And I get that.
It's hard to tell a story from King's perspective.
We can't.
You can't. That's no. From Ernest's perspective, because you don't have King's machinations in it. So I guess you have to follow him.
We as the audience kind of get the hints, and so does Ernest at times.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a missed opportunity for us to tell Molly's story. We focus on Ernest. We focus on him doing his uncle's bidding a lot. And I think that inflates the film with all the different kind of conspiratorial and like mishappenings and all this stuff that's going on. You know, the performances, they're great.
Lily Gladstone is like the MVP.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
I believe she won Best Actress for this.
She should have. I think it was a missed opportunity, and I think in doing that, there's a lot of extra mileage that they squeeze out of the film. I think there's things that could be trimmed.
You didn't like when they went to the Black Lodge and Robert De Niro spanked Leo? You didn't like that part? That's my favorite part because it's so like, what? Where are they? What kind of room is this? What's going on?
I do understand that scene.
No, and the scene I understand. Yeah. It's more of like the room. They go into like this old, like kind of like this old timey store, and
it's a Freemason.
Yeah. And then they go into the Black Lodge at some point. You know,
I understand that scene. Like, I just feel like there's a lot of these like there's so many of these scenes about setting up these hits and like following through and then like, you know, decompressing after these hits and trying to fix it some more, and it is like at certain points it is following almost like a Goodfellas kind of model of, you know, they're trying to fix a situation, and doing that they have to do more bad things and more. It's just like a snowball effect.
Yeah.
And eventually, you know, truth comes to light. I feel like because it was a chore to sit through, and as much like because I am a Martin Scorsese fan, and I do like his films.
Goodfellas is probably top 5 films of all time for me.
That's your opinion, man. I love Goodfellas. I like Wolf of Wall Street is a 3-hour film, and for me, doesn't feel like a 3-hour film. This is a 3.5-hour film, and it felt like 6. It was putting in a shift at a store, you know, like that's how long it was for me. And
Martin Scorsese.
And I feel like it was just far, like, overindulgent in that respect. And I almost feel like it could have just been, like, 2 parts. Like, we could have done something different to where that runtime wasn't so...
I think it was an Apple Plus, it's like kind of like exclusive.
Yeah.
They did in the theaters, but it was mostly... It's still... When we were talking about it, I were to watch it, I thought they moved it past Apple, but they didn't.
No.
They could have done it as a miniseries.
Yeah, I don't know if it has that much legs, but I get it. Like, it's just... I feel it's oppressive, the amount of time, and maybe that's kind of the point. And you just kind of sit and, like, watch this slow, like, rock slide happen in front of you of Ernest and King Hale, and kind of this systematic demolishing of the Osage people and, like, trying to manipulate them, and it's this, like, money corruption kind of thing. And so, like, I'm understanding the themes and what were the messages.
Yeah.
But it just, like...
Takes a while to get to it.
It's buried in this really, like, I can't think of a better word to say than oppressive runtime. And there's just so much good in this movie, but it's just... Tackling it is such a chore.
So you feel like it should be more condensed?
I think it could be. I feel like the trick when you're editing is to get it down to a length where if you cut any more, it hurts the film.
Yeah.
And I think there's plenty of fat to trim.
Okay. I'm not saying no.
Yeah, I just think I think there's a lot of stuff that could be kind of brought together and tightened up.
I watched this a couple times. I watched this 2.5 times. I saw it in the theater, and I saw it for this rewatch. And my mother-in-law came over because she's like from a different state, and she was staying the weekend, and we're like, let's put on Killers of the Flower Moon. She was asleep within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because she likes those, like, kind of like those... I know it's not Western, but like Western, like the like early 1900s, stuff like that. Like, she likes that stuff. And we're like, let's put this on. Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great...
Instead, we watched the movie with Idris Elba, and, like, it was like a lion.
Oh, Lion or whatever, or Maneater or whatever.
Whatever it was called, it came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, I got you.
It was a much shorter film.
That's just my thoughts. I'm sure plenty of people will disagree.
Well, the comments, the Marty fans are going to be in the comments being like, you hate cinema, or whatever, like Martin talks
Oh, yeah, the cinema meme.
Absolute cinema.
Yeah.
Would you recommend the film?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. I
You think it's a solid 3.5 out of 5? Would that be fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't love it, but you don't hate it.
I think the quality of the film and the story would put it even higher, but I have to kind of take marks down for some of those things that I feel like we're missing, you know, the true main character, and we don't get a lot of her perspective. She's like kind of the outside looking in. She's one of the pawns, where, and then just the runtime that could have just I hate to like fixate on it, but it is.
You like freaking Werner Fassbinder movies, and they're like 5 hours long, but this one's like no.
Well,
and they're depressing as hell.
I will gladly talk about trimming a lot of those too. I feel like it's just bloated for me.
I feel like you're just offended that like I did not warn you on the runtime. I feel like you're just like you're extra vinegar right now.
Maybe
that's fine.
That's the reason why I still recommend it. I still think it's a great film. I think the performances are great.
Yeah,
I think the writing is very great. Like it's really, really wonderful, and having the mixture of English and their native language, which I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but like it's great. Like that's wonderful.
I'd also recommend the film. I agree on the runtime. It's my second favorite Marty movie we've done.
On here.
On here. So I mean, I'll just rank it. Raging Bull is number 1, and you can figure out what number 3 is, because there's only on 3. But like Raging Bull is like those early Martin Scorsese films are so like ingrained in my brain that this one. I enjoy. Lily's the best part of the movie. Leo's great in it too. I think he. They don't talk about him a lot in this movie. I think he's really good. The only thing is he's supposed to play like a 20-year-old. Leo, come on.
I think
De Niro is evil in this. Jesse Plemons, we don't talk much about him, but I think he's
good.
He's very good in it.
He supports. I think what. Because
the Osage tribe, those
actors,
those actors are really good. They feel authentic, and
Lily.
That world feels lived in.
I think the triumvirate of Lily, Robert De Niro, and Leo, what may not be talked about enough, especially with the male leads here, is the non-verbal acting that they do.
Yes,
it's incredible. Especially when Leo and De Niro are talking to each other. Because there's so many scenes where you can see Ernest's brain working and like putting the pieces together. And De Niro, it's one of those great kind of actors and the writing working so well together. Adding in the subtext with the acting and adding in just the thoughts. And it's something that goes so missed a lot of the time. And it's really showing that, these actors have a lot of skill and they're getting really good direction from Marty, where you can see them say one thing and think another.
So that's our thoughts on Killers of the Flower Moon, on our extra long episode that I'm talking about an extra long movie. Let us know in the comment section below what you think about the film. Do you hate Joe? Do you hate Joe right now? And you think there's another movie that he should watch that's extra long.
How many awards did they get robbed the year that they were in the awards
circuit? Make suggestions for other movies, like, subscribe, and share the channel. Let's have the channel grow in 2026. We will be doing more videos soon. The winter kind of messed us up a little bit on the schedules. Like all of our personal lives had just like some hurdles that we had to kind of go through. And we're taking the positive ride on the wave into the year. You
would have thought that we were all nephews of King Hale.
Yes. And also be sure to follow us on Instagram, Condish Productions. Be sure to follow us on Letterboxd, Criterion Connection. There's a couple other Criterion Connections. Actually, there's podcasts or whatever. They're stealing our name.
Yeah, after we already dealt with having to change our name once before.
Or back in the early days. But anyway, follow. It's got about 300 episodes, almost 300. We're almost at episode 300.
Yeah.
So be sure to just hit that bell on YouTube so you get notified whenever we upload a video.
Don't forget to watch our own creative work, our short films and skits and stuff.
Spoiler. We're going to be ramping up the film stuff soon, so please watch some stuff so you know about the Condish films. So until next time, I'm Wade.
And I'm still Joe.
And we'll see you later.